Okay, here is the CHA. As you can see, we have deposition controller, sweep controller, the pocket indexer, and the power supply. So here's the screen, and we are going to run titanium and aluminum. So we'll go over here and hit start. That's going to turn on your heater lamps to warm it up to our temperature, which I just have set to 25. You can see the lights are on. There we go. So that'll warm up to 25. That hits the 25, come over here and see it starts a timer. We're in step 2. I'm just going to heat time. I just put 0.3 to speed things along. And you see the heater shut off. It selects the pocket. Emitter, and then the high voltage, and it starts the deposition controller. So right now the deposition controller is telling it to change pocket. As you can see down here, it's changing the pocket to pocket 1. An 8-pocket gun, so it takes a little bit to get all the way from pocket 2 to 1. So there's pocket 1. So now we come up here. You can see he's got the pocket 1, so it goes right into its rise soak. You can also see on the screen here, it'll tell you too exactly what it's doing. So now it's going to go up to the preset set point, which I have at 11%. so cold. See in there, you can see the glow. There, see a little bit of that with the shutter shut, so we can't really see the pocket. So that's going to hold that soak for 30 seconds. Now it goes into the pre-deposition rise, which is set to about 15%. That'll take about 30 seconds to get there. Once again, the screen relates the same thing. You can see you're rotating. So now it's going to hold that for another 30 seconds. Like I said, we're 9.99 volts and our emissions is 132. Shutter being requested to open. You can see on the screen, shutter's open. And now you're ramping up to 5 angstroms a second. As you can see in there, you have the pocket glowing. And currently I have this thickness set to 0.25 kiloangstroms, so it'll run to that and shut the shutter. See, we're about 148. Now we're going to go what's called a feed hold, which is basically just lets the material cool down before the pocket changes. Because as you can see, you can still see in there, see how it's still pretty glowing, even though there's no power to it. Power went to 0, but it's still glowing pretty good. So I got about a 3-minute on that. In the meantime, you can see we're still rotating. Shutter's closed, heaters are off. And then over here you can see the process, and the actual deposition tells you step 3. And 90 minutes is just a watchdog timer. Like I said, we're still in pocket 1. So I've got like 2 minutes left in this. 30 more seconds now. See, we come back here and the pocket's not glowing anymore, which the material's not glowing anymore. It lets you know the pocket cooled it down. And so now, you see right here, it's going into a change pocket. So this is going to go to pocket 2. Now that's there. It's in pocket. Going to get the signal to show pocket 2 and then start its rise. And it's so cold, as you can see, so cold, as it says it up here. Come back over and you can still see a little bit of it. The shutter's shut, so we really can't see the pocket. Going into the pre-deposition rise. So you can see the emission currents increasing. Once again, if you look up here, the shutter's still shut, still rotating. Hold is almost over. There you go, the shutter's open. As you can see, shutter's open there. Look inside, you can see it. And once again, we have it set to the same. It's going to go to the 0.25 kiloangstroms. Shutter shuts. You can see the shutter shuts, and now it's going to go drop down to 0 emission current, and the same thing. It's going to run that cool down. As you can see, it's still glowing a little bit in there. So this allows the material to cool down before we do anything else. And this is pretty much the end of the process. Once it gets through with this 2.5 minute timer, we're going to get a process complete. You can see once again right here, it's telling you you're in a feed hold to confirm. different materials, you'll have to adjust your feed hold. I just have it set for 3 minutes as a default, but you'll have to probably try each material and see how fast it cools down. Once again, we're still in the pocket. You see we still got our 10K, and we're at 0 on the emission. Look inside, you can still see that glow, which is from the high voltage, but for the most part that target material has cooled off. So 1 more minute. Alright, 10 seconds. So as you can see, we're in process complete. Our emission current's turned off, our high voltage is turned off, and we get a process is ended. And it'll stay in this state until you go over here and hit standby and vent to pull out your material.